Begin the beats. Begin the beats. Yes, the drum roll, please. Clyde Mathers is 42. All right, everybody, look at this. Look at this. We are back. All right, look at all of this. I wish I could make these things like a little smaller. Like, yeah, I don't think I can. I don't know. No. All right. Well, I tried. I wonder if there's a way I can. Oh, I can. I can make them. I can make them smaller. Look at that. There we go. I can look at them as I see fit. So we got. I wish we had some tokens. I could probably get some tokens, but you know. So we are back again for another episode of All Flesh Must Be Eaten. And I'm happy to be here, happy to host once again. This is actually kind of fun for me. I'm having a fun time trying to survive in a zombie apocalypse. But shit, who knows, you know, right? So we've got Clyde Mathers, who is the mechanic. His picture looks exactly the way I think it would have. Hello, everybody, it's Spartacus. That's probably because I hosted 3 videos. This is going to be the 4th video, so they probably won't notify anybody because YouTube blocks that shit. Speaking of which, let me at least go to my X and say I am currently live and see if we pick up some more viewers. If not, that is okay too. Yeah, Jack became zombie food. That definitely happened. So now it's up to our main survivors right now are Clyde Mathers, Frank Valois, and his mother, Sasha, who's only currently 28 years old. So if she's only 28 and her son is 14, that means she had a teenage pregnancy. We just uncovered a secret. So yeah, she had a teenage pregnancy. Amazing how that freaking happened. Let's see if I can get a prototype token. I don't even know. But yeah, that so happened. Okay. Alright, that's not gonna do anything. So we've definitely got 3 survivors. So we got a party of people. I'm gonna move this over here, try and see if I can get some room coming up here. I wish you can resize the sheets a little bit. But we also gotta show this part, so let me see here. What I could do is position them in such a way where I can still click on each one. Yeah, I like that. Click on each one. There we go. And then right now we're going to... Yep, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, right now we are going to click on Sasha Valois because she is the one leading. Wowza, she was really young. Yeah. She basically, I believe it was... So at this point, I think the fake question would be asking if she had a teenage pregnancy, is the father her high school sweetheart? And it's going to roll here, and the answer to that, if it shows up, it says right there, unsure. Yes, I'm going to leave the chat covered up, because as long as I do, you guys will be able to see the answers right here. So yeah, it looks like, yes, they were, her ex-husband and her were both in their teens when they had kids. They were experimenting with teenage sex stuff. She would have been 14, she would have been 15. Yeah, 14, 15. Regardless of which, she was young. That much is for certain. She was definitely young. So, definitely. Okay, so we need to pull up our journal here, folks. We need to see what is currently going on, what I need to basically, how to describe the scene. I get to clear out these NPCs a little bit later because Sasha, Frank are both now regular characters. You can still see Jeffrey, Brittany, Riley. Riley, if he is still, like, a walker and he has not been picked off yet, it's possible we could still uncover him. It is day 3 of these events. And it looks like, let's see here. Is the news saying anything different than before? Checking the news. No, it is still it's still broadcasting that hospitals are still a bad area to be in. Highly recommend not to go to the hospital at this point, as they're all overwhelmed. With this city having 1 million people, what are the how many hospitals would a city have to? Sure. How many hospitals would a city have to meet population requirements of 1 million? I think there's a general hospital, and there will be like several smaller hospitals, but there's a main one that has all the major surgeons and stuff in the city. And we've got ChatGPT thinking on this one. It's currently calculating. So hospitals are hot zones. I guess at this point we would need to find a quarantine zone. Looking at our threads list here, we've definitely got, oh man, we got so many. We got like 4 new threads that could be coming up here. We are gonna back these ones off because we don't really have any use for them. So we need supplies. We've got overwhelming odds against us. We don't want to be near hospitals. Although Sasha needs to find her younger brother. Clyde, he wants to sit still. So I'm not sure if we can convince Clyde to come with us. Sasha is of course packing up. She is taking because he didn't know how to use it real well. Clyde's 12 gauge shotgun, which is the only. Is that the only gun he has on him? No, he has another gun. So and I did not make an equipment chart, but we are going to give him. He doesn't really know how to use. He can use guns. He can use pistols. So we're going to give him a nice 9mm at some point before he leaves. But they are getting ready because the resources are used up. It is day 3. At this point, there's very few things unmanned. Let's see. 15 to 30 general hospitals in the area. Ooh, are they? Wow. Okay. We need to roll a 1d30. Well, actually, let's do a d20 plus 10. There is exactly 30 hospitals in the area. Are all the hospitals hot zones? Not sure. We're gonna leave that one unsure. Not change it to something. Oh god, they all are. All the hospitals are hot zones. Okay. So that would be actually said that all hospitals are not safe right now, as that they are facing overwhelming odds of people. And according to the math here, each one can house up to 2,400 people. All right, so take 2,400 times 30, and that if they're overwhelming, that's how many sick people we have, which is roughly close to 100,000. So 1/10 of the city is under this illness. 1/10. Is that greater than 1/10? Has the illness spread greater than 1/10, given the... Yes, okay. So it's at least... what's 2/10? 1/5. So 1/5 of the city is at least infected. That's freaking awesome. 1/5 or more. Wow. What's one... Hey, guys, what's 1/5 of fucking 1 million people? I think that's 200,000. 200,000 walking corpses. Okay. Well, that sucks ass. That sucks a lot of ass. Okay, well, with that said, so there's definitely a lot of danger going on. One of the things that, okay, is there anything currently going on outside, any chaos going on outside of this mechanic shop? It is likely because this is also a bad area, and we did see some looters, so I'm actually going to make it very likely. No! It's actually insanely quiet, which actually comes to one of, I think we actually have a thread of empty streets. Empty streets. So the streets are currently empty and safe for us to travel for a little bit. Okay. So now, alright. So Clyde does have a pickup truck that semi-works. Sasha looks at it, but Sasha doesn't know. Sasha goes, do you have a vehicle? And Clyde goes, well, I have my pickup truck if we can get it started. And she's like, well, what makes you think we can't get it started? And he just tells her, it's like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, you know. So, the pickup truck is, now here's the sad part about the pickup truck. There is a sad part about the pickup truck. It's a gas guzzler. It's an old style pickup truck. So, and he took on another pickup truck that was a full-on electronic. So she notices that he has some electric vehicles in there. Does he have any fully electric vehicles, actually? He did pick up one, so I'm going to say likely. Yes. So she looks and says, do you have any skills on fixing electric vehicles? And Clyde kind of like, he kind of looks at her and he goes, I mean, appliances, generators. And she's like, okay, but I'm asking about electric vehicles. And he says no. Well, hang on, let me see. Let me roll his intelligence. And he doesn't have any skills that would go with this. I mean, he can jury rig. I guess that could be his one good quality. I'll give it to him. Minimal. Very minimal. He actually Googles this stuff on Google. He's like, I Google. He knows his way around a computer. Frank at this point's looking at his mother and goes, Mom, he's a fraud. And she's like, yeah, I'm kind of seeing that. Definitely kind of seeing that. So, not too, here, let's just make these smaller, because I'm playing around with them too much, trying to switch between the characters of who's speaking. And, she's like, yeah, I kind of get that. So, he does not know how to fix vehicles. So, alright, so she looks around and says, alright, Clyde, we're going to take your pickup truck, which the pickup truck, can it fit more than 3 people? Because this is an old one, so it's kind of unlikely. But we'll see if he's got one of the old ones with the extended cab. He does. It can fit at least some people in the bed as well, but she wants her son in the cab, and she's like, give me the keys. She's going to persuade him to get the keys and say, we got to go because we have no resources, and if we don't, we're going to starve. And of course, he's a bit of a coward, so maybe he will do it because he's a bit of a coward. She isn't. So let's see here. Ooh, roll again. I did get a 6 on that. Let's see what this one will be. And I still got a 6. He's like, I don't think. I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna go. And he's like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I don't want to go out there and get hurt. And Sasha turns to him and goes, if you stay here, you're more than likely going to die, Clyde. And She's going to try one more time. You know what? For that 6, I'm going to spend 5 points of her essence pool and roll another die. See if he can, to see if she gets at least 8. He's not going. He is not going at all. He's like, no, I'm not going. I'm sorry. I'm not a fighter, you know. And is he going to resist her taking the pickup truck? Unfortunately, this will be difficult. He is being a bit of a coward towards her, but I am just going to give him the drawback cowardly. And this is a negative reaction, so at least -1 as well. So unfortunately, that is like a 0 with the negative modifiers. That becomes to like a -4. Huh. Oh no, -2 actually. So no, that's a 0. Yeah, he's not gonna stop her from taking the truck. And she puts her son in the truck and she looks at Clyde and goes, "If you don't want to come, but I'm taking the truck." That's all there is to it. What are the odds the truck's gonna start? Unsure. It could be 50-50. Let's go. Come on. Yes, the truck starts up. And she says either open that or I'm busting through the door. You can pick one. So he's going to open the door and they are going to leave him behind. So Clyde, unfortunately, is an MIA character. Which we're going to make this one. We're going to make it like, I want to make it blue for, light blue for MIA characters. And we're going to put him in there. So like he can come back. Let me put the random list. See if he's still on here. I think I took him off because he's a main character. But Clyde could come back. It is possible. But right now, I think I will leave it up to a choice if he is or not. So they do drive off and leave him behind. The streets are cleared. Do they find a... I guess the next question is, do they find a grocery store? Is there a grocery store near here? We're going to go with every section of that place will have a tiny grocery. So we're going to hit likely. Yes. So they do end up coming across the grocery store. Does it look... Oh, God, I can't believe I keep clicking that. Does it look like it's been looted? We are going to also say likely because there was looters in the last session. So that's not really... Things are not looking good here. Yes, it looks like it's been looted, but we're not sure if it's going to be all the way looted. Let me go to the loot table. Let's see here. I gotta go to this. So we're looking at grocery store. So we could see store snacks, household basic, pharmacy stuff. The only thing I don't think we can roll on a table. We can even see fresh groceries. So we could do 1, 2. We're not gonna do that. Grocery store. We're gonna do store bought snacks or fresh groceries. So 1 or 7. 1 or 7. So let's see here. Let's look at the journal because some of these are supposed to update. Okay, loot and goods. Snacks are good. Pharmacy good is I update after day 7, which means until that's done. Tools and hardware update after day 0, which means I can't use this until day 0. Fresh groceries are still good. Cash valuables update after 2. So I can't use the cash valuables chart or the tools and hardware chart. So whatever we find is whatever we find there. But everything else is good. So I'm going to say we're going to do... I'm going to roll a D2. Odds is going to be the top page, and then the bottom one is going to be 7. So here we go. Who's still here with me viewing this right now? Okay, so it looks like we're going to do the store-bought snacks. Loot table, store-bought snacks. There we go. And, yep. so I got to roll a d10. I'm actually going to allow 2 things. So 2d10. Some things are going to be able to be found. 14. 1 is a 9 and a 5. So they go in and let's see if they can see anything with their perception. This will be a rather difficult task. Notice photographic memory won't play a factor unless she's memorizing something, so we're not going to play that. 7. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to actually up the ante. I'm going to spend 3 essence. 3 essence. Which means it goes down to 7. To make it a 10 and at least have 1 success. And we're going to do Frank Valois now. He's going to do a perception. And he does find stuff too. Okay, so they both are going to find some goods. And the goods that they're going to find is between 9 and 5. The results are 9 and 5. So with that being said, it's going to be, we did say, yep, so we found energy drinks and packs of gum. Wow. Okay. I forgot to get him some equipment out here. So we did find packs of gum. Good grief. Let's see what we got here. Well, we got a backpack. All right, we're going to make some equipment here for him. So we got a backpack. Which is going to be 4. And inside the backpack is books, doodles, and pens, pencils, crayons. All right. And then we have, we got that on him. And then we're going to do another backpack. He's kind of got, like, he's got a shoulder bag, actually. Which is like half the size. And in it, we are going to have 2 candy bars. We're going to say candy bars. And packs of gum. He's got lots of packs of gum. He's got lots of packs of gum. And we also have a baseball bat. Woo! Another baseball bat. And I believe that's a D4. Damage modifier strength, which isn't much. There we go. Melee. No ammo type. So the kid's packing. Which that's fair. And then of course he's got a cell phone on him. Everyone's got cellular phones. That is so awesome. Fucking cell phones. Cell phone ain't gonna cost nothing. So equip that item. Alright, so there we go. We got that. Alright, so but they find energy drinks. How many energy drinks would they find? I think a 2d4 will be fine. And also for the packs of gum, 2d4. That's 7 energy drinks and 7 gums. Good news is they might starve. Bad news is they're going to starve. They either get eaten to death or starve. I don't think we really have much of any options here. So this has pretty much been looted. There's no store nearby. So unfortunately, raid for supplies, we've done that. There's nothing nearby here. Okay. Clyde wants to sit still, and he is. Clyde has no more food, and he's okay with that. He's going to try and make it there on his own. Poor Clyde. Okay. So with that being said, it's time to move on to something that we can actually do. Alright, so Sasha is looking... Alright, so Sasha is trying to find a way out of the city. There is no way out of the city at this time. She is going to turn on her cell phone and see what kind of situation we're going to be looking at here. It is day 3 of this entire mess. Nothing too serious yet. So, let's see here. Anything, is the emergency alert going off? It is still, like, we know it's likely, so that's certain that's still going off. Is there anything on the news? We're going to say uncertain because, unsure, because we're not sure if there's anything on the news yet. Exceptionally, yes. So the news guy comes on and says, I need a name for the news guy. Let's see here. Identity. Name. No. This is character identity. Innocent driver pilot. Oh, God. No, that's not right. Let's get rid of that. Names. Time. And Time and Anne. I'm going to say Anne McBride. There we go. Anne McBride. We just made up another character. Okay, so Anne McBride comes on and says, this is Anne McBride. I bring you great and disturbing news, as the city is undergoing a serious situation with an illness outbreak. The outbreak appears to be viral. It is spread by being bitten by one of the infected. Symptoms are fever, vomiting uncontrollably, bleeding from eyes, ears, and nose, and even mouth. If you come in contact or see any of the infected, the ideal way to do it is ideally just stay away from them. She goes and says, if you do come in contact, please try to quarantine yourself until military personnel can get to you, and a cure has yet to be found. So she's a news reporter for the area. She's nice looking, but sad at the time. So yeah, it's possible we can meet up with Anne McBride, but not really sure yet. We'll have to see going for a bit further into this. Okay, so oh, and she did bring up that the military is working on a quarantine zone. So would the quarantine zone be nearby? Given the fact that this is a bad area, let's find out. Exceptionally, yes, there is a quarantine zone nearby. If you are in any of these districts in the area and it pulls up a map while she's on the internet, she says, we recommend that you make it to the quarantine zone where you'll be protected by military personnel. Alright, so they get the, she looks at the map and tries to see where the areas are. Let's see if Sasha can pinpoint that together. She is a very intelligent person. She does have directions. I mean, she does know what she's doing. I think this would just be... I think it would be just a simple move, and I think her photographic memory will play a factor of maybe she's been in that part of the city before. 18. Definitely, yes. Yeah, she knows where one of the quarantine zones is, and she's going to begin to get there immediately. So, as she starts the vehicle up and she begins pulling away, do they make it to the quarantine zone? It's unsure if they would encounter any issues. Yes, without any issues. So they make it to the so she drives around the city. They do see all these, you know what? Let me play a little bit of a song here. Music's always good when you're describing scenes. So she's going through the city streets. They see people screaming really, really bad, and people are being eaten. They went by as like two people are mauling a girl who's screaming in there as they're eating her foot and her face off. The streets look bad. They see looters, people breaking into things, people killing each other for whatever they have left. There's no telling if there's anything else going on as she's making it to the quarantine zone. The city streets are mostly empty, making it there. They did get some resources. Not sure if they will escape overwhelming odds. Is the quarantine zone near a hospital? Because she wants to stay away from a hospital. Oh no, random event. Yes, it is. So it is near a hospital. We have to move away from the a thread, and it says refuse pain. She has, so we get to, there's 2 threads we have. Beware of hospitals, which means if we close it out, she's no longer going to try avoid hospitals. But if we close out the military zone, she's not going to go there. It's bad either way. Not sure what this will mean. Oh man. Let's see here. Let's let me roll on the threads list to see which thread I will move away from. It'll be whatever one's closer to beware of hospitals or military zone. So here we go. Quarantine zone. She decides to stop because there's an issue going on there. They're refusing people, and she hears screams as she gets closer to the military zone. We're gonna do an event focus. Barricade and screams. Barricade and screams. Introduce a new NPC. Okay. So as she gets closer, she stops because she hears screams, and she sees that no one's getting through the quarantine zone. And she saw this news report not even that long ago. It's probably been about 20 minutes. So, but a new NPC is about to be introduced. So let's see who we got here. We've got Trevor Knox. Oh, he's an ex-convict. He knocks on the door, and she rolls down the window. You know, he knocks on the window, and she rolls down the door or the window, and he's like, hey, listen, they're refusing us. They're not allowing us to come in. Can I get in? Can I get in the truck with you? Can I get the truck? And she's like, no, I'd rather not. And does Trevor stop her from rolling up the window? Since he's an ex-con and trying to save himself, I'm gonna say likely. No, he lets her be. And is Trevor begging for his life? I'm gonna say likely at this point. Exceptionally, yes. He is on his hands and knees and says, please help me, help us, help someone. And Sasha looks down and goes, if you need help and want help, get in the back, but you do not get in this cab. Does he crawl in the back? I'm going to say likely because he is getting the help. Yes. So he crawls in the back, and they begin driving off away from the quarantine zone. At this point, the military quarantine zone. At this point, she's going to stay with her original thread, beware of hospitals, and she's not going to go near the quarantine zone. And it's possibly that there is issues going on. Is the quarantine military zone under attack? We're going to say it's unsure. Yes. Oh. We're losing the military. So as they're driving away, they're hearing screams and gunfire and all kinds of things. We're gonna actually let's say as she's driving away, trying to find another place safe to go to. Let's do an event focus. Traveling away from danger is what we're gonna call this event focus, and see what it brings up. PC positive. Oh, a positive thing. Okay, all right. Something positive for a PC. All right. So they're driving around the city, and let's see here. We're gonna do a difficult notice roll. She does have an idea of the area, photographic memory. 12. They come across a building. We're going to actually say a building. Not necessarily an abandoned building, but a building nonetheless. Let's roll for a... That was an event focus. Scene alteration? Scene proceeds normally. Okay, so no scene alterations at all. So they do find an abandoned building where they can hunker down for a minute. What is... or at least try to find some resources or something, because Lord knows they're having some major issues with that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope. I need 10 to make it every 5. Okay. So they find a building. Does the building look empty? We're going to say unsure. Yes, building looks empty. Okay. Okay, I guess the next question is the building empty? No. Oh, boy. Alright. So, but it looks empty, which means people could be hiding or something could be hiding in there. So they stop over. She looks at the gas gauge. Is the gas tank full? We're going to say unsure. And then whatever, and then we're going to shift it to unlikely. No. Is the gas tank 3/4? Yes. Okay. So he kept the tank. So Clyde kept the tank relatively full. All right. So they get out, and she's like, "We just got to get." Trevor gets out the back, and he goes, "Thank you for helping me." And Sasha looks at him, and goes, "Listen, I'm not gonna play around with you. I have a son to protect, and I'm gonna protect him by any means necessary." And she is going to brandish the 12 gauge shotgun in front of him, and she shows him that it's loaded. And she said, I will kill you. I'm gonna get out of here with my kid." Trevor makes no moves. Is Trevor armed? I'm going to say likely in this point, because who would come out here unarmed is crazy. No, Trevor's not armed. Okay. He's like, he holds up his hands and he goes, I imagine Trevor's holding up his hands and going, "I understand." They begin going into the building. We need just some descriptions of the building. Let's see here. Do we have building descriptions? Building descriptions. No. What's location descriptions? Descriptors they give us. Protected. Loud. Protected loud. Okay, so it's a building. There's noise going on inside. Are there screams going off inside? I'm going to say likely screams. If they're not screams, there's something else. But it looks like it's even protected, so it could be something else going on in there. Yes, there is screams going on. Let's see. Before we enter, let's see what kind of issues they're going to look into. We're on the Day 3 encounter table. This is what we're looking at. Let's see what we're looking at here. Who is inside causing a ruckus? Okay. Oh. Of course it's a 6. So they go in. The area looks protected. Somehow it was being protected. They're gonna probably sneak in if they know it's loud and think that something's going on. So I'm gonna do dexterity. She doesn't have stealth. I'm gonna do difficult. She's not encumbered, so that won't really affect much. She's got a 6. I need at least 4 points of that. Can go towards that to make it a 10. I believe that will be only 1 level of success. Okay. Give me 1 second here. I need my outcome table. I think 9 and 10 is 1 degree of success. What does Trevor get? Oh, he fails. He fails right out. Looks like hang on 1 second, everybody. I gotta find my outcome table. There we go. Okay, we got 1 level of success. We got 1 complete failure. And what does Frank get? Frank is going to roll his dexterity. He does have stealth. This is a difficult thing. And oh yeah, and roll that. 14. So yeah. So Frank and Sasha go in, and as they go in to try and check out what this noise is, because it seems really loud on the inside, they notice that there is 6 shambling walkers. They're called walkers because they're kind of shambling around, moving slow. And Trevor comes in and, not paying attention, knocks something over, and the walkers begin to notice them. They automatically he automatically failed that. We're gonna do a perception roll to see if they notice him. It's gonna be simple because he failed. It's simple as that. But they're only gonna notice. They got a 6, so they're only gonna notice him on a simple test. Now they got to roll a difficult. There was one got 1 level of success. The other got 3 levels of success. So I'm going to say a -2 to their roll on noticing Sasha and Frank. Oh, and they don't notice shit. They notice nothing. All right. So, yeah. Yep, they don't notice nothing. But they notice Trevor, and they're going to begin approaching him. Trevor, everyone's going to have to give a dexterity roll. Or, yeah, it's going to be an initiative roll. So Trevor's got 1 easily, so dexterity roll to see if he can make it out of there. He has a 9. They only have to beat a 9. They got a 7. Yeah, I don't think Trevor's going to really make it out of there. Because they're only 2 off. And then, zombies, like Zombie Master, can spend essence. They are supposed to have 6 points of essence. They have things called dead points and essence points, which they can spend. So they're slow. But let's see here. Since they're not actually noticed, they're going to get a... we're going to say a +3. And... oh, also the running skill does work. No qualities and drawbacks. That's a 10. So we got one level of success between Trevor and the walkers and Sasha. And then for Frank, he's got like 4 level successes. So, Sasha and Frank are trying to stay towards each other, so they're going to share that level of success. And when they get out the door, Sasha's going to look for something to try and barricade it with Trevor still inside. Does she find anything? That is the question. She did pay attention to the area before walking in. She does, and she barricades the door. Can Trevor break out of it? He's going to give me a strength roll. Oh, he's got a 10. And 19. So as she barricades it, he busts out the door right through like one of the, and shatters part of the window, pushing her down to the ground. She does take a little bit of damage. She is going to, because that is shattering glass, but it's not going to be that much. We are going to say 1d2 times 2. And she takes 2 points of damage. So he does knock her down to the ground, and the walkers do come out. All right, it is their turn. That was their turns to escape. So now the walkers are going to come and basically attack everybody. So there's 6 of them, so each one can have 2. We are going to roll strength tests on all of them. If they get at least 1 level of success, we'll see which ones we get here. They will do it. So we got... Alright, so we're going to do difficult, roll modifier none, and brawling. This is going to be for a bite, all bite attacks. Oh, wow. That was a complete and utter fail. Not even close. 2 of them fall down around each other. So Sasha is safe. 2 are going to be now on Frank. And 11. And a 9. Okay, so Frank has a choice. So we've got second level of success and a first level of success. So to beat both of them, he has to actually get a 3rd level or greater. He is pretty quick on his feet, and he does have dodge. So he is going to do a quick try to see if he can outrun these things. And he does have fast reaction time. I wonder if that just... that does grant a +1 bonus to reacting against stuff like that. So, yeah, he is going to do that, and we're going to see what he gets. He has to at least get a 13 or better. And he got a 15, so they did not get over him as he's running. And he's just running as quickly as he can. Now, the other 2 are going to be on Trevor. One actually has a failed attempt. No levels of success. One's got 2 levels of success. So Trevor is going to need... Oh, wow. No matter what, yeah. So 2 of them got, so even 1 succeeded when 1 didn't. But we're going to say 1 succeeded and literally bit him. So we're going to do a bite attack. And Trevor is going to take... No melee rolls. Trevor's going to take 2 point... what was that? Oh, yeah. 2 points of damage. He needs to roll his constitution to see if skin got broken. I'm going to say for an 8, skin didn't get broken. He basically grabbed a part of his shirt and ripped it. And he managed to escape from the walker. Sasha's going to use her shotgun. And she's going to point one at a walker's head, which I think is a -4. Because it's called a called shot. So we are going to do that. We're going to do 1 shot. Semi-auto. She's going to take a -4 to the roll. Oh, wait. First, before we do that, we got to roll her guns. It'll be a dexterity. Difficult. She takes a -4 to it. Skills. She has no skills in guns whatsoever. Nothing that's going to help, so we're going to see how this works. She gets a 1. She shoots, and literally, we're going to roll a 1d8 and see how this works. If we get an 8, it's going to be bad. We get an 8. The gun jams, actually. The gun actually literally jams, and she cannot fire it at all. Now, with that being said, that means the walkers are going to go again. So, these walkers managed to have gotten up, but 2 of them are going to take out Sasha. Or at least attempt to. We got a 9. Ooh, so it's very much possible. And then we got an 8. So one succeeded. Sasha is going to definitely try to get out of the way and stay out of the reach of them. But good luck with that. She doesn't have any she doesn't have anything she can use. She can't use dodge. So that won't be it. But she can use her hard to kill to resist any damage that comes at her. And she actually managed to make it away with 2 levels of success. So they managed to grab onto her, but didn't hold onto her long, and she ends up pulling away, ripping her shirt. The other 2, so now there's a third one, because I believe they managed to lose sight of, like, did Frank keep running? It's likely he did, because maybe he got scared. Yes, Frank is out of the scene, everybody. So there is like a third walker. That's not good. So now she's looking for her brother, and her son's missing. So there is a third walker, and he's going to try and latch onto her. And there's no luck on that one. All right, so with that being said, the 3 walkers are going to go after Trevor. We've got 3 levels of success. And they're going to share this. They're going to do a combined teamwork effort. So each level above that, each level of success they gain will be 1. So that'll be, so we got 3rd level of success, a 4th level of success, because that's a 1. That was a 9, which is 1 level. So 4th level of success. And a 3rd one. They just like piled onto this guy. And nothing. So they got 4 levels of successes. We're going to see if he can even dodge that. Depending, because he doesn't have much, I'm not going to accept anything under a 9 or a 10 for this. Because we're just rolling for an NPC. Oh, he did get a 9. Wow. Maybe he punched the shit out of one of those guys. I mean, he did. But I mean, he's just punching, so he's just fighting off. Wow. Sasha is going to do a quick look around to see if she can figure out where her son went. Since she was distracted, that's going to be a no. -2 on that one. Since he's out of scene, I'm actually going to make it a -4. Oh, wow, I got an 11. I did get a, let's see where this goes. I've got 2 levels of success, so I did see where he went. So she's going to end up leaving the scene, leaving Trevor to fend off all 6 walkers. Let's see what's the likelihood of him actually getting out this time. And I totally screwed that up. Well, that's a 1. Which should have been A5, and then, yeah. So, no there, so 1's down. Actually, I'm going to say that took down 2, so that only leaves 4 up. So now we get to roll 4. Alright, 1 level of success. Nope. He gets a roll again. Okay, so 14th, 4 levels of success, and there's one more. That's a 3rd level. So, oh yeah, they've managed to get on top of him. If he rolls a 10, he can get out of it, and he will come back and another thing. Nope, he got a 4. All as she's running away, not even getting into the truck. I think it's time to hit Revelation here. So she's running through the streets. Okay. She would have me survive. Yep. So she's running through the streets. Look, and she sees Frank is just running unrelentlessly, trying to get away from what is going on. And she's trying to stay up, and she's going, Frank! She's calling out to him. And I don't know, is he hearing her? I mean, he can hear her. He's just scared. Let me see. Let me roll a willpower save here. Yeah, let's just see if this works. 6. Oh yeah. So he's gonna take a -1 to this perception roll. He did succeed, even though he is scared. He got a 6. -10, that's 4. So let's see, how's the fear table work with that? So I got a 4 on the fear table. He does stop, but he's just having a hard time moving at this point. He falls to the ground, shaking, and he's going to lose 1d6 essence points. Five. Alright. At this point, I would say it's probably about noon. They've been up for close to 4 to 6 hours, and they have been doing strenuous work. They don't really have that, so I would say probably about 2 for every 6, so about 12. So they're getting tired. And Sasha did take some. Sasha is a little injured, so they managed to catch up with each other, and they find themselves in a random location of the city. Let's see what kind of descriptors do we get of this location. Threatening. Oh Lord, this is a bad location. Colorful, threatening, and colorful. We're going to roll on the encounter table. So they managed to find themselves at the old park that she used to take Frank to. Let's look at this. Let's see how this tune goes. So when Frank was a kid, much younger than what he is now, she took Frank. Hang on a second, guys. Okay, it looks like it's all restored now. When Frank was younger than 14, she took him to this old park, and they managed to find it. And it brings back the colorful memories of what life used to be like before all of this. Which was only just like maybe even 4 days ago. It's kind of... Frank is having a moment where it wasn't that long ago. And as they look onto it now, it just looks all dead and everything's crazy and the world is just not what it seems. And what kind of virus or weapon could have done this is what he is thinking. And as his mother catches up to him, she lifts him up and gives him the biggest hug she could, trying to get him out. We'll look at our encounter table for day 3. And I got a 10. I get an opportunity event, an opportunity to put something towards my characters, and a fake question. When they're in a park, do they see an empty structure? It's likely, because this is a park, there could be a structure that they could hold up in for a time. Exceptionally, yes. So they do find a structure. And they, oh god, what? Oh, I wish I had something for like buildings. A building appearance. So they do manage to go in. And, let's roll for a random event in that structure. Something does go on. Something threatening does happen. A PC negative. Uh-oh. Attack. Suffering. Not sure what's going on, but as they approach, they hear someone is screaming or is crying. Oh. Hang on one second. Let me... Oh, Jesus Christ. No, 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 and no. Julian Valois. So as they make it in, they see Julian Valois. Julian Valois is the younger brother of Sasha and is Frank's uncle. As they make it in there, he is in there crying, and it's because he's hurt. Has Julian been bitten? Oh, yes, he has been. Oh, move away from thread. Control. Emotion. Oh. Oh, no. Julian has been bitten. So they get in there and they find Julian, and Julian's so happy. But they notice on his... on his neck, where he's been suffering, jugular almost ripped out. He's got a gauze on it, and they look, and Julian looks at Sasha and says, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, older sister, but I've been bitten. But whatever these fucking things are." And he's been suffering. Is he experiencing any symptoms? It's likely. Not yet. The bite is fresh. He was just bitten, and whatever he was bitten by could still be around. Let's see on the encounter table. If I get 1 through 5, something is still here. If I get 6 to 10, we get an opportunity to just settle down. So, whew, man. Oh, just a 1. Okay. So as they make it into the structure, simple task, because they're not going to really be noticing much. Oh, heck yeah. So it's a 19 easily. Frank's noticing that there is currently 1d6 walkers coming their way. God damn, like I am rolling, these dice are rolling high. Frank notices that there are 6 shambling, blood-soaked bodies walking their way, moaning. Definitely moaning. So let's see here. And they are in the structure, and Frank and Sasha begin trying to look for stuff that they could barricade the door with. Is there anything that they could barricade the door with useful? I think I'm going to say unsure. Yes, there is. They begin using the stuff and building a barricade and barring up. Is there any windows in this place? I'm going to say likely because all structures have windows to some degree. No, there are no windows. So they're basically in a bathroom. This is a pavilion in a park. So I imagine we're in a pavilion in the park, and they are in a bathroom, and there's stuff laying around, so they managed to barricade themselves in, while 6 ravenous corpses are just banging on the door. And they're basically scared, and they're trapped with Julian, who has been currently already bitten. So their situation looks grim. Let's see here. Let's roll a willpower. We definitely need a fear factor here. Woundful. Wonderful. Okay. I was about to say, Chris, woundful? Okay. So, willpower save. This is not going to be simple at all. And she's already feeling she is feeling like she's low on everything. So let me see here. For mental attributes, stuff like this, let's see what we were looking at here. Move this over. She is feeling hopeless, so she does take, with her essence pool being more than, oh, yeah, it's over 75%. 75% would be between 10 and 15, I think. Or 5 and 10, yeah. So she's taking a -2 to it. Make sure I got the right person. And it's going to be difficult. She's got no other types of things that will keep her grounded. She's got nowhere where she can run to. Oh, yeah. She's panicking by 8. Oh, no. Oh, no. She is down for the count. She has stopped functioning as she's watching her brother get sick and scared out of his mind. She has no idea what to do. She is, though, however, going to lose 18 endurance points. She is, or not endurance points, essence points. Yeah, she is like, she's starting to feel the effects of basically everything is hopeless. There's no hope for them. He still has, let's see, how much does he have? He still has 66% or 67% his stuff. So he's only down by 33. So he suffers no penalties whatsoever, not even temporary depression. So he looks like he's about to have the only rational choice of thinking to do. Anything that could help him with this? Nope. Nope. He does have a bond towards his mother, which if he loses her, he's gonna take that. So it's not gonna be a bad thing. Like it's not something that's gonna be going on right now, but he is impulsive, so he's gonna react. He's not going to take any penalties. He's got nothing that can play into his favor, so hopefully... Oh, for God's sake! That's a 4? And a 4 it is. The only thing he can do is spend 5 more essence points. And try to roll a d10 and get that up to at least a 9 somehow. He got a 2. He's got a 6. Nope, that's nope. The fear table sitting on him too, by 4. So he is going to lose another d6 worth of essence points. Oh, Jesus Christ. 5. He is down to 0. He is paralyzed for 1d4 turns. 1 turn, which is 6 seconds. So, for a split moment, he is going to drift off for like 6 seconds. But that 6 seconds is going to feel pretty massive. They did run for a minute, so we are going to take away another 2 points of their endurance. Okay. Is he showing any symptoms now? Still kind of unsure. Depends on how it is. Yes, okay. So his uncle is getting the fevers. For 6 seconds, he drifts off back to his happy place. Frank does. His mother completely... Give me 1 second. I got to get something to drink. His mother is going to be completely useless for the next... Give me 1 second here. For the next 3 hours. So Frank's on his own. She's holding on to her brother. Her brother's holding on to her. He can't get up. He's starting to have fevers. And it's not looking very good for him whatsoever. Definitely not looking good at all. Frank doesn't know what to do. He's got these things at the door. Any idea what we could do? We're trapped in a bathroom. One way in, one way out. There's no windows. Is there... well, I don't think she dropped the shotgun, per se. Does he have any weapons on him? He's got a baseball bat. Can Frank come to terms with bashing his uncle's head in real quick to stop him from turning? I mean, I guess that's the main question. This is looking grim. Let's pull an event focus here. Trapped. Let's see what we can do to focus on this area. Move away from thread. Oh, Lord. Which thread are we moving away from? Ooh. Well, find my younger brother. Definitely move away from that one. Not gonna really play around much with that. They left all their stuff. Obviously, it would say, like, their backpacks. If they still have them, they grabbed them out of the truck. But the truck is back at that other location. If Trevor made it out alive, that's a good question. Did he make it out alive? I mean, it's hard to say. Trevor Knox. It's hard to say. He could have. This is definitely not looking good. And the clock is ticking. Oof. The only way he can get out of this, and the only way Frank can get out of this, is by bashing his head in. His uncle's head in. Can he do it? Can he muster the will to get through this and see this through logical means? It's going to be difficult, and it's definitely not going to be that easy because it's his uncle. Let me see, how hard should I make this? What's the modifier should this be? It should be hard. Challenging, difficult. I'm going to say very difficult. It's going to be a -4. He can't. He cannot bash his uncle's head in. They don't know what else to do. Does the walkers get led away by another noise? Do they get distracted? Exceptionally no. So now they start breaking in on the door even hard. Oh man, it looks like this is it, guys. Looks like I'm about to lose like a few more characters here. They're gonna basically break in here. Let's see. What's the odds of a difficulty? The door is barricaded, so I'm definitely gonna say they did roll for that barricade. What do we get on that barricade? Doubles. I'm gonna say -4 to the modifier. And they all can't bang on the door. Oh, wow. The best they got is a -2. They're just banging. They can't even break in. So, yeah, we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because at some point, Julian is going to turn. Does Julian turn within hours? Could be likely. Could be take hours. No. Okay. So he's just having the fever. So they have at least 12 in-game hours before I have to roll that again. Julian does not know what to do. It's got to be something they can do. Julian begins shutting off all the lights to conserve energy because lights are still being powered. Does the lights make everything go away, I would say. Let's see here. Okay, so they begin drifting off and maybe drifting around. Do they all go away? I'm going to say unlikely that they all go away because they know something's in there. They're like animals. Oh, they all do go away. Huh. I wonder why. Let's get a random event going. Why do all the walkers walk away? NPC action. Ooh. Waste. Protection. Waste protection. Waste protection. What? So a garbage truck comes up and begins running everybody over, like distracting them. They got him, and Julian manages to unbarricade the door. Or not Julian, Frank manages to unbarricade the door, and he opens up, and they see this garbage truck, and people are screaming on it. There's an NPC in it. Who is it? Brittany Bavera, the corporate head. And she's like, run these bastards! I'm gonna run these bastards over! And suddenly, it says on there, peace for all, please pick up your garbage and save the planet. Go green, everybody! And basically, she barrels rolls all through those things, and she does take notice that Frank is there. And she's like, hey, little boy, come on, get in. And he's like, my mom is in here. My mom and my uncle are in here. Well, they can come too. And she hops out. And she comes, like, right in. And she sees that it's Sasha. And she's like, oh my god, are you okay? And she's like, no. Wow, that was unexpected. Yeah, I know, right? saved by the person. She's like, this was a garbage truck company that I purchased as a subsidiary for OD Technology. And she's like, wow. I was like, yeah, we do good spending. Try to save the planet. And she's like, come on. Who is this? He's like, oh, this is my son's uncle. It's my younger brother. He's been bitten, but he's only had a fever so far. Well, come on. Let's go. Since Sasha is now coherent, that means they have been sitting in this bathroom for 3 hours. Brittany's like, hang on, everybody. And she begins driving away. And they're like, we gotta get out of the city or something, because this is just not happening. And it's like there's no safe zone anymore. Are there still roadblocks up? I guess that's the question. It's still likely that there are roadblocks up. Because the city hasn't 100% fallen yet. So I would say probably very likely, actually. But it all looks kind of crappy in here. Yes, there's still roadblocks. So they're doing everything. Does Brittany use her thing to break through the roadblocks? Yes, so they come up to a roadblock, and Sasha's like, there's a roadblock. They're military personnel, they're telling them to stop, and she's like, yeah? Well, fuck them. And she hits the gas pedal, and they're just waving, and they're like, oh my god, oh my god. And they try to open fire right on them. Do they open fire? It's likely they would, because they are trying to contain the situation. Oh yes, they do. They begin opening fire, and that's just, like, crazy. Let's see what kind of weapons. Like, there's, like, 5 of them. So, I'm gonna say it's gonna be 5d10s. If we get every 9 and 10 that I get is going to be a success. 1 success, and that's a roll again. Not really a success much there, but is the truck damaged? It's likely it is, because those weapons would do that. Damage to garbage truck. Yes. Anybody hit? Could be likely. Yes. So some bullets did go through the glass. There's only 4 people in there, so everybody got hit. Wow. Alright, so guns like that would be bad. She managed to take out. Did Brittany hurt any of the and I'd say unsure for that. They might have been able to move at the last minute. Oh yeah, casualties on both sides. Alright, I think it's time to see what the casualty damage is. I'm just gonna choose a random roll, and everyone's gonna get the same kind of damage. As soon as I can find the damage roll for what I think I'm gonna use. Okay, it's gonna be a D8 times 4. 24 points of damage. Alright, so everybody got hit on the inside. And everyone took 24 points of damage. There wasn't much left for Julian, so Julian's dead. Frank is at -2. He is semi-conscious. The one who got hit the least was Sasha. Or at least hurt the least. She's wounded. And Brittany's not even an important NPC. Is Brittany still alive from that? It's going to be unlikely, because, yeah. Yes, she is still alive. So they look, and Sasha sees her brother's body lifeless. And he begins, like, blood just dripping all over the place. And she said, oh my god, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here quick. Did any soldiers get run over? Since she did hit them, that is likely. Well, they got ran over, but did any soldiers die? Is what the question is. Did she manage to run them over and kill any of them? Yes. She took out 1d6 worth. But that truck is not... she took out 5 of them. Wow. Alright. So they begin... Alright, so... She took out 5 of them. Is there any other encounters in the area? Did anyone hear that? Random event. Oh, God. Ambiguous event. Repair. Goal. Repair goal. Well, they could repair it. So, is the truck still running? I'd say unlikely, but let's see here. With that, I would definitely get a bonus. I think it would be. Exceptionally, yes, the truck is still running. So since Brittany is still alive, they begin, okay, we need to find some place to go and lay low for a minute. I think we just committed, like, some form of treason against martial law or something. And Sasha's like, I wouldn't know, but I know a place we can hunker down at, and let's see here. He is semi-conscious, and he's like, I need to get my son to a hospital or something. He's been shot. And, yeah, he's definitely not, definitely suffering a lot here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure how this would work. He's definitely bleeding out. And, so now we've got to... The only place that has resources is the hospital. And, ooh. Boy, this is serious. This is deadly serious. Okay. Well, they made it through one barricade. So maybe... is there any medical resources beyond this barricade? Unsure? Yes, there is. They find a military encampment. It's a base. It's got tents and barricades, and there's other soldiers here. Are they currently attacking anything? Are they currently under attack? No. Okay, so they noticed that one of the barricades is broken, and one of their... oh yeah, someone definitely heard that. Let me see here. Encounter time. Day 3, 1d10. Three. Ooh. And 1 infected. So the one surviving soldier was wounded, and as they rolled away into this encampment, they hear screams, and the base is under high alert as the truck goes up there, and all of a sudden they get people pointing guns and says, "Get the fuck out of the truck! Get the fuck out now!" And Sasha gets out with her son and says, "Please help my kid." You know, and Brittany's like, "Yeah, we need help. I mean, what are you guys doing, setting up barricades and whatnot?" And it's like, it's called containment. Do you guys know anything about containment? And They said obviously not. They're just, one of the guy comes up and says, Sarge, it's just a couple scared women. They're all women except for the boy. Sarge, we got a body in there. He looks like he was bitten. Yes, but he was killed by one of your men as they opened fire when we were going through. It's like we had those barricades up for a reason. Now we're wide open and now we're wide open. We're gonna have a scene alteration here. I believe it's a scene alteration. Yes. Scene was altered. I'm trying to think which one pulls increase in activity. Oh Lord. Okay, so there is activity going on. All right, let's. So now we get to roll 2d10s. All right. Sir, we've got numbers of targets coming near us. One's running, the others are shambling across. There's like 4 others. And then we did get a number 8, which what kind of encounter table is a free event and fate question. Did the infected hear that? It's likely. Yeah, it was too many gunshots. Yes. Are there currently more dead on the way? Unsure if there's more, but no. Okay, so there's just a few, but with the gunshots, they will get lured in a bit more. Does the military guards decide to help the boy? It's unlikely because right now they're trying to contain the situation, but we might get one military medic. Yes. So one of the military guys says, we're going to take your son to the hospital tent. Come with me immediately. We got to make sure he's okay. And they begin taking him and doing that as they are taking care of the other targets. And it's currently about getting to be early evening. Literally the sun is getting ready to go down at this point, I imagine, because they've spent hours on the road trying to figure things out and get around. Hell, they spent hours in that bathroom, so a lot of hours have passed. So I would say as a nice I believe it's event focus, NPC action. Okay. Let's see if there's another NPC. Trevor Knox manages to make it to the encampment as well. Is this encampment a quarantine safe zone? I'm gonna say unsure. It's possibly. Yes, it is. Okay. So, were they turning people away? Yes, they were. Why were they turning people away? Let's find out. NPC action. Accompany. Bureaucracy. Oh, God. They were turning people away because they were getting overwhelmed. Oh, boy. Let me look at the journal here. As going into day 4. Alright. Has this virus spread outside the city? That's the question. Yes. Has the virus went statewide? It's likely if it went to multiple other cities, it's statewide. Yes. Is the company, or is the virus outbreak in multiple states? Very likely. Very likely it's not all states. No, not multiple states, just a few states. Okay, just our state. So, okay, so the world hasn't quite ended quite yet. But all cities in the states have felt this. So statewide, the whole state is having this. So this virus is local to this state. Oh wow. What state are we even in? Let me see here. We made up some fictional city in some weird ass freaking state. What state are we even fucking in? Okay. And I am gonna ask. We are in Arizona. Wow. Arizona. Who would have thought? So the state of Arizona is definitely having some strange viral outbreak. And this is a good city in Arizona. Very expensive to live in. I actually hear it actually is expensive to live out there. So I kind of do believe that. Okay. So we've been playing for about an hour and a half. Let me take a minute. Well, no, we're actually getting ready to go on to another day. And, I'm going to say Frank, we're not going to make a roll for him, but we are going to say he is alive. So they're going to rest for at least, the next 8 hours. So how many, see, Medicare, first aid rolls, that depends, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to say he's going to get 1 life point per day back. And then he'll just gradually heal. And then, so like for first 7 days, he's going to get 1 life point. The second 7 days, he's going to get 2 back each day. Or he get 2 back per day, depending on his constitution, because that's also depending on how you heal. So, yeah. He's going to come back with, like, 2. So, fair enough on that one. He's going to have some... Is he going to be able to even resist the pain? Because he is going to be in a lot of pain. Is he going to be able to stay asleep for the full 8 hours? No. He's not going to be able to. So, how long does he sleep for? Says 8. I'm going to say 7. That's majority. He is going to lose 1d4 endurance points. His constitution is 2, and I believe you earn back endurance points. $23. Oh, that's just barely making it. And then his willpower per hour, 3 times 7, that's 21. Alright, he's severely injured, though. Alright. 1d4, endurance points is what he's going to lose. He loses 1, so he's not going to start off. Oh. There we go. Okay. So we've got, Sasha. Ooh, she's not feeling good herself. Let's see. Endurance points, constitution per half hour. That's 2. She gets 4 an hour times 8. That'll be 32. And she very easily is back up to 23. She did get hurt, but she is going to be seeking medical attention. She's at 11. Does she sleep through the whole night? That's the biggest question. She's not overly exhausted. She's just... no, she does not. She actually doesn't sleep at all, so she's not going to gain back any life points at all. Nor is she going to gain... Alright, so essence points. She's not going to gain those back either. I believe she was at 9. So without any sleep, and she's going to stress herself out, she is definitely going to lose 1d8 worth of endurance points now. She is down to 2. So she is exhausted, but she stayed up next to her kid to make sure that the rotting corpses will be nice and smell under the Arizona and Yeah, that's gonna be a nice thing to look forward to, isn't it? Okay, so we're definitely what do you guys think? I need Chris, I need your opinion. Did my characters have much control over what's going on here? At all? What do you think? Or should the chaos factor increase, decrease, or stay the same? Um, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say like we didn't. It's not that we didn't have control. We did. Um, we were just given the hands that we were dealt. The situation is no control. She says no control. I got one vote for that. I guess I can go that way. I'm gonna go that way. We're gonna increase the chaos level to chaos factor 7. We're gonna do some edits here. Here we go. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep. So this is where we're at here. 1. All right. All right, that's where we're at. Escape overwhelming odds. Beware of hospitals. This quarantine zone is probably not even around a hospital. Is there a hospital nearby this one? We're going to say probably unlikely because she was trying to avoid that. With Chaos Factor 7, though. May change a few things. No. Okay, so no hospital. I will say we did do a good job at that. That's still going to be Sasha's thing. But now we've got resource scarcity, standard survivors. See if there's any more. Actually, I think standard survivors, we succeeded at that because we did find Trevor Knox. I think things went okay. All right, we did find Trevor Knox, so that's good. But it looks like there's still more issues going on here, so we definitely got to look into that. All right, guys. Well, that's everything I have at this time. This was the 4th episode that I had going on. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I hope you guys are having fun checking me out and everything. This is definitely pretty fun. But yeah, that's everything I have. So you guys have a great, wonderful day and enjoy your weekend. And well, probably back, if not tomorrow night, maybe the next night. Who knows? Or the next day. So check me out soon.